Well, after 5 weeks, 5 rounds and 10 incredible games, the 2025 Super Rugby Men's Under-16s Grand Final has arrived here on Rugby.com.au and the Stan Sport platform. It's the undefeated Tars going for a 4th straight 16s crown in their way, their oldest rivals, hoping that 4th time is the charm for them. My name's Lockie Graham, here with you for the call, and alongside me is Liam Wright. Liam, there is no better rivalry in Australian rugby, mate.
Oh, there isn't. Queensland versus New South Wales is something to love, and this age group I really enjoy, Lockie. It's when you start to see the individual brilliance of some of these kids really clash with the team finesse, and they have to start working as a team and just playing good footy, and that's why we're seeing all the tries now.
The tries have not been a problem. They've in fact been at a premium this year. Let's just quickly go through. The Reds have scored 32 tries in 4 games, which has just been incredible, but the Waratahs, 50 tries in 4 games. That is just outstanding attacking rugby.
Oh, it's unheard of, and it's, defence is no slack at this age group, but it's just incredible attack on most times, and it's good to watch, good to commentate as well.
And it's going to be wonderful to get through. In wonderful conditions too, just a little bit of humidity around. We're sitting around 25, a little bit of wind to contend with, but nothing the kickers can't handle. And a couple of fantastic kickers on display as well. We'll be keeping a strong eye on the Waratah skipper, Wilson Riven. He has already clocked 74 points in 4 games. He's kicking around 82%. He leads this side for the Waratahs. Peniata, Hill and Talakai up front. Just 4 changes to the starting pack in total. We've got Rory Beston, who's been promoted to lock, while Cordell Arama returns to partner Williams and Hall in that back row. Holmes and Riven start in the halves. Hannon moves to fullback. Peyton Taro coming back into the midfield with Charlie Zerob and the competition's top 2 try scorers on the wing, Asher Chapman and Benjamin Wright. It's a powerful side. So they are your hosts, and we see their rivals, their greatest rivals, Queensland. Hilly Tonelli Smith to 15. No Carter either means Sangwani Chinula joins Smith in the midfield, and Mitch Durheim returns to partner the impressive Will Robinson. We are so well set up for a cracking game here. Plenty of tries, plenty of pace, and the enthusiasm at this level is unmatched.
Oh, you mentioned the finishes on the New South Wales wing, but everyone is going to want to get a piece of the action today. Forwards are going to have to stand up. We said it's a little bit hot. It's a tough time to play, especially this time of year, but these young guys really want to put on a show and take away a title as well.
And a man who wants to put on a show, number 5, Denver Bradford. The competition's top line-out scorer. Wrong is he's already got 30 wins and 6 steals. He is a menace at set piece.
Well, he's a big man. You can see that frame on screen, and he will be important for line-out time. New South Wales will try and shut him down, but if he can be the main jumper, especially with Wokes out, as you mentioned, it's going to be a good set-piece start for Queensland.
And there's our man in the middle. Early in the 22, and it's been a rapid turnaround from the Waratahs. They can't do it from the restart. Oh my goodness. Tries don't get any better than that. Peyton Taro has picked the Reds' pocket inside the opening 10 seconds. What are we seeing, Rongers?
Well, you just do not see that no matter what age level, but how about that hit? We talked about the set-piece monsters coming through, and Will Genker for the Tars, a big hit off the kickoff, spills the ball, and right place, right time, the scoop, the pick up, the finish, unreal.
Well, you don't see tries much faster than that. As we take a look at the action replay, Will Genker puts on one of the hits of the season, and it comes off the very first play. Peyton Taro, too big, too strong, and that's 5 becomes 7 for their troubles. The Waratahs are off to a flyer.
Jeez, and he still had some work to do. There was 20 metres still to run there, broke a few tackles. Horror start for Queensland, but there's going to be some great momentum coming through there.
Well, the Waratahs, there's a reason they have won the past 3 grand finals, and with intensity like that, they have the early start in the 4th. 7 plays nil after just 10 seconds here in the under-16s decider. We're back to live pictures, and the Reds looking for something early. Deep restart, it's fielded by Riven, who decides to settle clear. Doesn't check the handling on that one, and it's been played at poorly by the Reds at back. That's 2 big errors in the opening 2 minutes, Rongers.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start a game. You saw New South Wales put the pressure on, contestable kick, get the hit, uncontested Riven with the boot we spoke about earlier, and that's just a poor error there from Dylan Godwin.
Just trying to do a little bit too much, wants to get his side back on the front foot, but instead It'll be Hill to feed the first line out of the day, spilt by the Waratahs, fielded the back by Gaffney, who's manhandled deep in his 22 by Genker. And the Reds look to try and settle things down after a fiery start. Kite scrambling forward a few more.
Roll.
Put on by the Queensland side, getting that ball back against the throw, and then just a settling pressure reliever there off the penalty.
A few more metres pulled off here by Meredith. He's looking to stamp a bit of his authority on the game. It's a great matchup there at 10. Riven and Meredith, both their team's top point scorers. Hoping to have a bit of impact from their first bit of ball. Line out is solid, well fielded by Bradford. We look to attack with width now in the midfield. Strong carry up first from Chanula. They play off the back, looking to go wide again. Good feet there from James Smith, who's well handled by his opposite Zera. Scrambling on the floor, but they've managed to retain possession. And off the back fence now, Gaffney running strongly into that sky blue wall. Back in the pocket, and Meredith says, let's take to the skies. High and hanging, Ben Wright's going to be the contester. Flies over, this time it's Taro, who feeds off to Hannon down the blind side. A little bit of enterprise there, and a little bit more excitement in this contest.
And see New South Wales with all the confidence ready to throw that ball around. That kick just not going far enough. Well taken, and then just trusting his fullback to do the work. Nearly pays off. Still a lot of pressure on Queensland to exit now.
Some key roles to now here for Gaffney. Out of Brisbane Grammar, scored 2 tries against the Waratahs in their round 3 encounter. And his feed is clean, throwing the dummy now from half. It's Tristan Cook, but he's well met. Recycles, and we go again from the 22, go Queensland, powering forward this time. Here's a good one as we recycle.
Take him back, Red.
And Meredith looks to exit. This one's going to stay in the field of play. And we know the Waratahs love to counter-attack. Riven finds Hannon, who beats the first, and he's got numbers stacked out to the right if he wants to use it. Zerab draws passes. Here's the money man, Chapman, with so much pace, beats Taro. And Taro's quick, Taro's fast, and Taro's got 2. Oh, it's incredible counter-attacking rugby from the Waratahs. And they have 2 tries in the opening 5 minutes. It's a nightmare start for Queensland.
And that's exactly how New South Wales want to play. You see, if you're going to shoot out a line like that, you have to stop your man. But the work he does there, Chapman, he scores the tries normally, but he did a great work setting up his outside centre on the outside, and he's got pace to burn. 2 tries in the first 10 minutes, he'd be happy with his start.
Oh, well, they don't come much better than that. Peyton Taro absolutely cleaning up down that. Next is the Blacktown Scorpion. Plenty of Blacktown Scorpions in this team as well. Good representation out there. He has been a superstar in the midfield as Peyton Taro. Currently 3rd for overall running metres. I reckon he's creeping ever further up as we see Riven settle. Hook this one a little out, so it stays left and the margin remains 12 points to 0.
And look, we know in this first game when Queensland and New South Wales versed each other, as we see the replay here, that there was a big lead by New South Wales and Queensland coming in late. Queensland are really going to have to find the momentum here. Trying to force their way back into the game with reads and defensive shoots like that is not the option, especially with the counter-attacking brilliance New South Wales have.
As we see the restart bouncing, it's a difficult one and it's come off very well for Queensland. A good sharp restart, quickly taken, catches the Waratahs napping, and finally some much needed field position and territory and possession for the Reds.
And that is more like it. I think Meredith will claim that that one was on purpose, but it gets a result. And finally Queensland's first attacking option at line out here.
Just caught Ben Wright napping there, the Randwick Warrior. As we see the Reds look to launch their first platform. They go short to Bradford, and the maul is quick. The maul is well set, and it's rolling fast. Breaking away off the back now. Goes Willis, and he's looking for support now. Cook wants to clean up the back. Kite says, I'll take it myself. The skipper looking to will Queensland to their first points. Off the back now goes Willis. He finds Bradford. And they're just 2 metres out from the line. Here's Faleafa. He's powerful. But he doesn't quite get there. Well supported, and the pick and drive continues. Ever closer to the line now. They want to go quick. But the blue wall is holding. just a metre out now. They can sniff the chalk from here. Wide once more. Are they over? They are! Queensland hit back. It's Denver Bradford and a much-needed try for the visitors.
And that's the man we spoke about, leading from the front. Set piece going well with that nice little no-jump maul that Queensland set up. But that's the way they need to do. They probably slowed it down a little bit too much early, and then once they got some speed, some momentum, that's when the cracks appeared. And look at that, just slamming his big frame over the try line. A nice little step inside, finds that weak shoulder, and reaches out.
Yes, good footwork from the big fella to split Williams and Zerub. No slouches, those two, and it's a much-needed try for Queensland. It's 12-5 with the kick to come, and Charlie Meredith hoping to boost his kicking average for the season, kicking just under 60% at the moment, but grand finals, they can bring out the best in people. As the man from Sunny Coast Grammar goes in off the post. It's a shaky start, but they'll take the two.
That'll work. A couple unconventional kicks there from Meredith, one off the kickoff and then one to get the 2 points. But that's better for Queensland. New South Wales will now find their way back into this game as well. A lot of lucky attacking moments in the first ones and now have to get their defence to match it. What a cracking start.
Oh, it's breathless stuff here. If you're just joining us for the Under-16s decider, we have had 3 tries in the opening 8 minutes. It's 12-7, the hosts in front, and Cordell Arama might be in trouble here. No arms hit off the kickoff.
Number 6 in the air.
But there's no double blow, so an escape for the Waratahs enforcer and a chance for Queensland to relieve some pressure.
You can hear Kite asking there for the yellow card, but
Blue, retreat! Retreat!
He's a big unit, Arama. 27 tackle busts already this season. He is a monster of a kid. As Meredith returns serve, we stay in, and now a chance to counter-attack for the Waratahs. Here's the danger man, Peyton Taro, looking for his 3rd try in the opening 10 minutes. Hasn't he been a star? Holmes now goes digging. We haven't seen a lot of him as this ball spilt free, and a chance for the Reds to counter-punch if they do regain possession. Instead, this time it's Faleafa who celebrates after a big hit.
And that's what you want to see after not the start that they wanted. Force some errors as we look back at the penalty off the kickoff. Force some errors and then get some momentum, get some energy brewing. You can see Faleafa with that big hit just around the ball. Greaves as well helping out, and then the energy, that's what's going to come. That's what's going to build that momentum for the Queensland side.
Big Mo had him lined up from 5 metres away. He was willing them to that left shoulder. Jams the hit, and now what we've been waiting for. First scrum challenge, and it's a quick half arm. Early engagement from the Tars. So no scrum as a reminder off the free kick. So it looks like Meredith will take to the skies. Good old-fashioned Gary Owen. Meredith pumps it into the cloudy skies above Knox Grammar. Well held by the Tars, and they'll look to counterpunch through Hannon, who's got a handy left boot. Deep back into Reds territory, but Tanelli Smith is there to clean up this exciting prospect out of Nudgy. Oiks it high, wants to get up and contest. Not in the right spot though. Holmes can't handle it though, so it goes back the way of the Reds, and Cook is the man who regathers. Strong counter rucking there from the Tars, but breaking through is James Smith out of nowhere. The inside centre skips away, breaks the first. Zerub drags him down, but there's good support now from the Reds, and they've got a chance to.
Only anything to add? Perfect.
And Ace-Dean. And they're on the 22 now. Tristan Cook wants to play blind. Meredith throws the cut. Here's Chinula, and he's got his Robinson winger out there. Dragged down, just runs out of room. But they'll come back for the penalty, and some good attacking rugby from the Queensland Reds here.
And how about the try saver there as well? Winger on lock, that's a great tackle. But you love to see things like that, especially at this age group. You've got to pay homage to the breakdown, the clear-outs that open that space. I'm not sure who it was, one of the Queensland forwards. Just opened that gate for Smith to just sneak through. And done well to hold the ball, not force the pass. And Queensland probably needed to go that first phase, I reckon, Lockie. They played a bit of front door with the forwards there. They needed to go straight away.
Yeah, there's a bit of space.
So you see here, it's the 13 there who just opens that gate, and Smith comes through. Again, smart decisions, just keep the ball, patience. And then I think that ball needed to go to the phase before. But big number 5 there, Rory Boston. That's a good tackle on a fast man.
Well, it had to be made, didn't it? He's promoted from the bench from last week as Rory Baston, playing out of Linfield. And now Queensland will look to close the margin via the bird of Charlie Meredith for the earlier penalty. This one isn't going to come off the sticks. It, in fact, splits them. And the margin is now 3. Waratahs 12, lead Queensland 10. The grand final is well and truly alive.
Oh, it's back, and that's a very composed recovery from Queensland after just a fast start from New South Wales, taking that edge off the game, and they've fought their way back in. Waratahs still with that 2-point margin, but they're going to want to make another good kick-off from here.
Start here at Knox Grammar. This restart well taken by Queensland. Under immense pressure, that kick chase has been very strong early doors from the Tars, but the Reds want to play with a bit of width early. Nelly Smith draws, passes, and rampaging out of the 22. It looks like Bradford, who's eventually taken down. No, instead it's Willis. And Gaffney decides to straighten the line of attack. Queensland looking to run it out of their own 22 at this stage. That's a good strong shot there from Charlie Zareb. But the Reds persisting before Meredith thinks better. Back into the pocket, strong chase there from the Tars. And this one's going to stay in the field of play. Riven underneath it. Takes a difficult ball and steps right and left and jammed by James Smith. A good strong tackle there from the Reds inside. But it's recovered now by Holmes, who looks to Baston. He laid on that try saver earlier. They want to explore this blindside now to the Tars. The path isn't exactly on the money from Peniata. The big fella might just have lost his passing licence.
And that's a bit better. Queensland probably not with the exit they would have hoped for. Looked like they were searching for that easy penalty. And yeah, to be fair to them, the space was there, but not running onto the ball. Got to be keeping that forward motion. Perhaps a tough knock-on call there. But both teams keen to play footy, keeping the ball in the field, looking for opportunities, as we'd love to see.
Oh, been no shortage of freewheeling rugby so far. 3 tries already in this one. It was the Waratahs who shot out to an early 12-0 lead, and the Reds have started to claw their way back into this. Waiting for our first real scrum battle. The first blown up as a half-arm. A good parity there as Meredith wants to play with a bit of width to Chanula, who's dangerous. Eventually dragged down midfield just short of the halfway line. They'll play with a bit of house money now. Off the back fence is Godwin, who's jammed. A great hit there on the Reds' back rower. It'll come back for a penalty, but those are some stiff shoulders.
Yeah, I think that was a Rama there again. We talked about how big he is. I wish I had that sort of frame at 16 years old. Putting in a big shot, but I think that's what Queensland keeps searching for, is the discipline from New South Wales, getting a few free exits from penalties and finding their way downfield.
That is an absolute shot. Look at this two-man. It looks like it's Williams and Arama, the tag team on their rival back rower.
You don't often want to run between two flankers.
Taking names early. Other Waratahs here at home. They're at Knox Grammar. This is the under-16s decider, and they lead 12 points to 10. But the Reds with a chance to launch from set piece. There's that combination. Gaffney to Bradford, and the maul set is solid so far. The Tars want to try and push them towards the sideline. But this one's looking solid from the Reds, and Gaffney has it at the back, and they have the advantage as well. Good signs early as they march towards the 22. Cook's calling for it. They want to play a little wider now. Godwin wants more of the action after that early chop, and now they're inside the red zone. What can the Reds offer here? Meredith wants to play wide. To Nelly Smith on the toe. Durheim on the chase. Can he get there? No, cleaned up at the back by Riven. But it's smart rugby. They come back for the advantage, and the Reds are starting to cook.
They is, and that maul, probably not the setup they wanted early, but they marched on, they stayed in the fight, and get that penalty. As we spoke about pre-game, Bradford doing a great job connecting with Gaffney, just getting some easy ball in the middle. And that maul just starts marching on. Kite gets in a bit late, but they get the result. And as we sort of said, playing with house money, having a crack.
Blue maul, be disciplined.
Playing in 10 across their school footy as well, so plenty of playmakers. And the man on screen just before Riven has a big job to marshal his troops. After that early 12-0 buffer, they've slowly been chewed away, and the Reds starting to knock on the door.
And we saw last time they were down this area, a little no-jump maul. Be interesting to see what they have up their sleeves for us, but I reckon the forwards will be trying to keep it in tight.
They play the 5-man with the insert. And Willis is there at the back of this one.
Are you happy? So go forward.
Starting to drive forward now at Queensland, up towards the 5-metre line and looking solid. We see one Queenslander on the deck now, so they'll play off the back, and the big men get to work. Here's Faleafa, supported by Godwin, rolling forward, but over that one like a rash is Talakai. He's called to...
No, advantage, you advantage. Roll.
And off the back fence goes Bradford, but he's chopped well. Bit of enterprise from the Reds now. They're within a metre. They're hunting for their first lead of the game. Cook wants to play wide. Meredith on the toe. Durheim's got a chance, and Durheim takes his chance. Queensland hit the lead. Well, we saw the kick before, but this one's even better on us.
Oh, that's brilliant. You think the forwards are going to go all the way. When you're only 1-2 metres out, you hate to see a back pull that ball out unless they get the try, and that's exactly what they did. What a kick. You can see the little practice shot before. It makes more sense now. And bang, right across. Plenty of space. Well taken. And calm under pressure with the defence coming quickly.
Safe as houses from Mitch Durheim. Bagged a double against Victoria back in round 2. Hasn't seen a lot of the action since, but the State High boy... Clean pair of heels and hands for that one. And tell you what, Meredith has put that on a 5-cent piece. That is just about perfect.
Oh, on an absolute dime. You can see Chinula outside and probably didn't know that was coming either, but he just had the vision, had the foresight, and backed himself in. That's what you love to see at this age.
By Rugby.com and the Stan Sport platform as Meredith just pulls it a little bit to the left, so the margin remains 3 points, but it's the Reds ahead for the first time this game. They lead 15 points to 12.
Oh, and you wouldn't think that would be the case after a try to New South Wales 10 seconds in. Probably a little bit shocked at the comeback from Queensland. New South Wales are. They'll need to find a bit of momentum and keep them back down this half, which they did well early.
You know, Rogers, I'm not sure if the Waratahs have actually trailed at any stage of this competition. Two by Greaves, but this one bobbles out, and somehow the Tars, just like their first try, find themselves hot on the attack after the restart. Holmes goes digging. They want to play with wit, and their hands are good. Taro already looking for his third. Wasn't he the star of that opening 5 minutes? The Waratahs laying siege early as they get their big men to the action. Talakai so strong in the close quarters, and they're starting to bash on that door. They certainly don't, being right behind on the scoreboard, do the Tars. And they start to hammer away. This is a big pack, and they're going to work. Here goes Cooper Williams. Got a nose for the try line, does Williams. As Genko goes digging at the back, he put on that first hit. And has he found the chalk already? No, he's held up. It's good goal line defence, but the Tars making their presence felt.
Oh, any time off the kickoff, they are seriously dangerous. We talk a lot about validating points as we see the hold up here. And that is the danger of attacking so close to the try line with your forwards now, although he's nearly got that down.
Oh, they're lucky they didn't have a double look at that one. That looked very close as the goal line dropout is taken by Williams, and the Tars begin to run it back with a vengeance. Bit of width now for Zerub, who carries himself into contact. He's well met in the tackle of Greaves, but the Tars want to play quickly. Here goes Hill down the sideline. Ben Wright, one of the top try scorers this season. Only his wing partner, Asher Chapman, has more as a Rama. Takes 3 to bring the big fella down. Holmes sniffing on the back, finds Baston. They march towards the 5-metre line. Call of leave it there. The ball is slowed down, so a chance for the Reds to regroup a little bit, but this sky blue wave is incessant. They keep crashing forward and forward. Holmes wants to play wider. And they're within 2 metres of the goal line now. Chance to play right, but they play the switch. Zerub might have got there, and he's certain... Oh, we'll have to wait for the referee here, because he's definitely put that ball down, but it's a chance for a quick conference. What do you make of this one?
I think the ref thinks he's knocked it on. That's
first. He's clearly grounded first, and then the ball's gone forward.
Perfect, thank you.
There we go. Try time.
He's got a clear grounding. I just saw it differently.
Well, there you go. Over the AR&R, Mike, you've seen a clear grounding from Charlie Zerub. He came on that unders one like a cannonball, spins out of a couple of tackles and slams it down.
Oh, and that'll work when you're that close to the line. Any sort of change of direction like that is hard to defend. I thought that maybe the forwards need to roll around one more time, but again, you see Reuben just controlling the game nicely. A really good unders line there, changing around. Just the late footwork just escapes Goodwin. We'll see it on our angle here. the slam down. Well called from the sideline ref there.
Well, it looked like they got there a little earlier under the sticks. This one's a bit wider, as is the conversion attempt. So it's the Waratahs who've reclaimed the lead at home. They lead 17 points to 15, and you're certainly getting your money's worth here on the under-16s decider.
Oh, you are, yeah. Again, we just look at the work the forwards have done. We thought maybe they were going to roll around one more time, but he's a big man, isn't he, that number 12, Zerub? And some nice, nifty footwork as well.
He certainly has been leading by example. He's an all-round player, Charlie Zerub. As we see the restart taken, and that one slid a little off the side from Hannon. So the Reds will be happy to take this line out, but Charlie Zerub, top 5 competition-wide for tackles, dominant tackles, offloads and carries. He's been a workhorse for the Sky Blues, Charlie Zerub, and a deserving vice-captain. He's certainly leading from the front early doors as we see the Reds set up for their line-out, which has been very solid. The Gaffney-Bradford combination has worked a treat so far. They change it up, and it's to their detriment. Van Hasteen can't hang on, so it's a chance now for the Tars to attack. Hunter Hall have been busy in the early exchange, but this one's cleaned up, and somehow the Reds have got a hold of it. It's back and forward here as Meredith wants to try and unlock Tanelli Smith, who's trying to inject himself into this game, but he's dragged down a bit further out. The Reds will look to reset. Meredith, Van Hasteen shifts across to Willis, who's been busy early doors as they get back up towards the 10-metre line. Diving on that one is the Tars, though, so they'll have a chance to counterpunch. Hill coughs it up, and the ping-pong continues. Gaffney thought about the dummy, but decides to shimmy out. And the Reds back with possession after some helter-skelter footy. Meredith opts on the grubber, and it's a good one into space. And cleaning up at the back, or trying to, is Hannon. But it looks like no play will continue. They thought about a knock-on, but you got to play the whistle. This one's pumped downfield by Holmes. Durheim is the man who cleans up. Meredith's in the midfield, and now a chance for Tanelli Smith to attack back down this left side. He opts for the chip and chase. It's picked up there. Just to impress, Cordell Arama only knows one way. That's straight forward. The big fella getting his side on the front foot, and Riven says, I've had enough of this. Clears, it's high and hanging. There's a bit of miscommunication at the back between Tanula and Meredith. It doesn't cost them this time, though. The ball is bobbling around. And eventually it does. Just a little knock on there. So a huge net game for the Waratahs.
And what an interesting phase of play. A lot of little breakdown knock-ons, little swapping of possession. And probably goes back to the maturity of choosing the right decision of when to pick off more than you can chew. We saw a nice little kick through from Meredith. And then the next one from Tanelli Smith, a little chip and chase, wasn't the option. New South Wales again is putting the pressure back on Queensland, letting them make the mistakes, and the knock-ons are starting to crumble at the breakdown.
Just a little miscommunication there between Meredith and Chanula costing them, but geez, there's been some good tackles to spill these balls through as well. I can see Moses Faleafa continues to impress as the Tars attack of this scrum platform, and Taro split them. Oh, he's got 3, has he? He's surging, he's streaming forward, and can he get it down? He can! Oh, this man cannot be stopped, Peyton Taro. He has a hat-trick in the opening half of the 16s grand final, and the Tars stretch their lead.
Oh, and he's making his presence felt. He's not happy about something afterwards, but he's getting his team back in the action. And how good is that? That is just a really nice play from Charlie Zera, putting his centre partner through. And every time he's got work to do on the finish, but he makes it happen. He's a strong lad, gets himself over the line. 3 in the first 25 minutes. That's a dream start.
He is having a field day. He's Peyton Taro. Takes his season tally to 7 after the hat-trick today. I thought we might have called it early. He was only at the 5-metre line, but he kept skittling Reds defenders and eventually slams it down with a bit of interest after the try is scored. There's certainly a lot of feeling in this one.
Oh, there is, and he was pleased with that one. Like I said, I thought we might have jinxed him a little bit, but he made it count. And that's impressive. You love to see these little interplays and these skills. Just the slight outline by Zerub there, commits that outside defender, makes him jam in, and creates that indecision for those Reds defenders. And he's done some serious work to finish that.
Will Robinson looked like he was trying to wrap up that ball and keep him, but just the strength to wrestle out of that one from Taro, and he takes his side ahead 9 points. So 24-15 is the state of play after 26 minutes. And Gaffney suddenly got a hold of this one. The restarts have been the Achilles heel for both sides early, as the Reds already look to it. Queensland scoring started, decides to settle and straighten. Here's Kite, the skipper. Big Jeremiah goes forward, well supported by his propping teammate. Now a chance here for Willis. But it bobbles out again. Reds can't play on, and the Tars will have a scrum.
As you say, that's what we're noticing. When the teams are scoring points, they're not getting that exit. They're messing up the kickoffs. The other team coming back, putting that pressure on. But there's a lot of venom in this contact, in these collisions. So we see who's at that time. Will Ganker, a big tackle. But whoever can hold on to the ball and put patience and phases together are getting points.
He's already built a good rep as an enforcer in this game, Will Ganker, laid on that huge hit off the very first kickoff to get started. He's taking some names. And now the Tars will look to take their opportunity to get out of their defensive half. A good scrum from the Reds there, but they decide to play right, and Riven didn't get as much of that one as he would have wanted. It's well handled at the back by Tonelli Smith, who wants to play. Shakes out of the first tackle and a chance to counterpunch for James Smith, who offloads. Finds Robinson again. It's a good bit of 1-2 footy down the side. Arama's all over him, though. Eventually he's told to release, and the Reds will attack from the 10-metre line. Kite straightens again. Leading from the front is the Queensland skipper, who rolls, gets himself into a better position to recycle. Chanula gets it to Bradford, but the offload is sloppy. And a chance now to counterpunch. Holmes decides to go to the boot, and it's a good kick downfield as well, looking to pin the Reds in their own 22. Durheim's got some cleaning up to do. Plenty of pressure, and that's a shonky kick that's gone back midfield. It looks like it's going to be playing. It's come backwards out of the hand. So the Waratahs now in the 22, and a huge play on the deck. A massive play on the deck from Henry Willis, I think, has got over that ball and got his side out of trouble.
And that's turning good defence into attack. The pressure they're putting on. You can see both the Red second rows trying to get in there, but you can see Wright and who else? Hannum as well, both there. Probably not the option to kick there.
Need it better.
But just the collisions that are coming from the New South Wales forwards, putting pressure on that catch, putting pressure on holding the ball. And then smart decision to just put it back behind them, get a good chase, and look where they end up.
They certainly are winning the physical battle at the moment, are the New South Wales Waratahs, who lead as we tick towards the half-hour mark, but the Reds retain their pill. Tonelli Smith spins out of the first one, and a chance for Will Robinson now, who wants to attack, but again, the handling is really starting to let these teams down, and the Waratahs have a bit of prime real estate now.
Yeah, this is their chance to go. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Peyton Tarua as well on a first phase attacking raid, but it's just ball security for Queensland. They can hold on to that ball. They're doing some good things. They're putting their numbers together, but it's costing them big at the moment.
So 24 plays 15 as we head towards that half-hour mark. A nice crowd building here at Knox Grammar too. Plenty of kids, plenty of families out supporting their sides. It's so exciting to be able to don your state colours at this level. I mean, you've played a fair amount of games for Queensland Wrongies. It doesn't get old.
Oh, it never does. And anytime you represent your state and be able to wear that jersey, it's pride for yourself and your family. And it's great to see everyone out supporting the players today.
A huge scrum there from the Reds, but it's well handled at the back, and Zereb decides to do the block play. And now a chance for Hannon, who's quick, and he finds Wright, and Wright has a nose for the line. It's easy as you like for the Waratahs, and they extend their lead here at Knox Grammar.
Oh, he talked about the wingers for this side. They've got a really good job on the outside there, because, geez, some really nice play inside. It looks simple, it does, but it comes off the back of repeated defensive sets, getting themselves into a nice scrum area. And again, you look at how he brings so many players in, Tarua, and you go out the back this time, it commits the inside defenders, and it looks like they've got an overlap of a scrum.
Yeah, everyone had eyes on Peyton there. He's already scored 3. He was eyeing off 4. You can see Chanula start to bite in a little bit there, but it's opened up so much space, and Hannon and Wright have an excellent combo down that far side, and Ben Wright extends himself. I think he is now the second highest try scorer behind his wing partner Asher Chapman, so 8 for the season. And he's coming off the back of a hat-trick against the Victorians is Ben Wright, so he's in a rich vein of form this past fortnight.
He sure is, and when you've got both your wingers at the top of the try-scoring chart, it says a lot about the guys inside. You've got Riven doing well. Holmes is understated at 9, but gets the ball to where it needs to be. We've spoken about Zerab and Taro plenty this game already. To credit to this New South Wales back line.
Always good to see a couple of touches there. Holmes and Riven linking up nicely, as you mentioned, and tries on the edge mean excellent work on the inside. So it is the Waratahs who, after a bit of a fight back from the Reds, who led 15 points to 12 for a while, they have stretched their lead. It's 29 plays 15 as we start getting a little close towards halftime. 35-minute halves at this level, so not too long until oranges. But the Waratahs are going to try and use this pill out of their own half. It's Cooper Williams loses this one, so again, handling continues to be an issue.
It does, and again, that's all we're speaking about, is once you get those points, once you get that try put on you, you've got to validate that next option. New South Wales had some good carries and probably the right time to either spin it wide or just put them down the other end. That's where they've been keeping Queensland really quiet, is keeping them in their own half.
So just see on the replay, a couple of bobbles forward. You can see what they're trying to do. There's good little interplay starting to come, and the quality of passing from particularly the tight forwards at this level is really good to see. It's always promising to see a next gen in action and forwards throwing a bit of shape. But now it's time for the meat and potatoes of forward players. We pack down for scrum time. Good battle on this side closest to us with Peniata, who's getting a number on there. That's a wonderful scrum from the Tars, but well retained through the Reds, who play short through Chanula. And the drag down, looking to try and get their way back into this game at Queensland. Tonelli Smith decides to go on the toe, and it's a well-weighted kick. If it just holds up, that's lovely, pinning the Tars on their own 5-metre.
Yeah, that's a great kick. That's more with ball through contact and collision, and that's an excellent little kick. 5 metres out. Now it's time for Queensland to put some pressure on at line-out time. The big man Bradford is who he identified pre-game.
Well, big challenge now for the Waratahs to exit from their own 5-metre line. A big throw for Archie Hill, who decides to go for the back, and it pays off. Baston's gobbled that one up. And they'll play off the back through Arama, who shakes tackles for fun and finds Zerab. Eventually dragged down, but it's good meterage from their own 22. Chanula's through and putting on pressure. But Arama is the man who cleans up at the back. Shaking off tackles, and through the middle goes Talakai, the big man. Props in space. We love to see Hunter Hall's there in support. Oh, they're running out of their own 22 with venom of the Waratahs as Hall eventually dragged down after a huge charge upfield. They want to play quickly, hand into the role of playmaker as Genker wants to get an offload. It looks flat. It's going to bobble out, but I think they're going to call it forward, and another opportunity just snuffed out.
30 seconds.
That's some really impressive play there from New South Wales. I'm somewhat of a line-out enthusiast, and you have to appreciate Archie Hill hitting it fully at the back, contested throw, 5 metres off your own line, and then that is what leads to this break from Talakai. And support, Hunter Hall, that is just great forward running. He's a strong big man. And then probably all getting a little bit excited. Genka wants to get into the action, throw some offloads. But that's how you exit 5 metres off your line. From what we thought was a real pressure position for New South Wales, they end up 60 metres downfield.
It's terrific work from Talakai and looking up. As we tick towards half-time, we're in the referee's clock now from here. As Cook plays off the back, Meredith on the cut, and Chanula wants to play inside. It looks like it's been slapped down, though.
Leave it 12. Yeah, when you're ready.
Just a little bit of handbags after that ball slapped down.
Yeah, do you want half-time? Tap it, then kick it out.
There you have it. Referee offers halftime, and Meredith accepts. It is 29 plays 15 in the Super Rugby Men's Under-16s grand final here at Knox Grammar. It's been a fantastic opening half, Ronald.
Oh, what a half. It started 10 seconds in, but there's been some back and forth, some momentum changes, some big hits, some great tries. Great 35 minutes of rugby.
So we'll take a brief break now here on the call on Rugby.com.au's YouTube channel and the Stan Sport platform. It is the Tars 29 leading the Reds 15. We'll be back shortly with highlights.
For hours, telling all the bluebirds, the bill and coo birds.
Well, ladies and gents, if you've been able to take a breath after that breathless first half, suck in the big ones because we're in for another huge 35 minutes after halftime. It is the Waratahs 29 leading the grand final over the Queensland Reds 15. It all started with this huge hit off the kickoff. An absolute trendsetter from Will Genker sets up Peyton Taro, and we couldn't believe it in the commentary box here, Rongers.
Oh, you don't expect that 10 seconds into the game. The man of the first half, as we're about to see again. Poor defensive read from Queensland, and then Chapman, who's used to scoring and putting his man away on the outside, and he's got some pace. He had the strength in the first one, showing a fine set of wheels there.
Yeah, there's a clean pair of heels from Taro, and then Denver Bradford does the dirty work. The big line-out operator gets over for the Queensland Reds, and some good footwork to get through that tackle as well.
Oh, it was, and there was a lot of maturity shown by Queensland after getting, a bit of a slap in the face the first 10 seconds. They really found their way back in, and Meredith, he's been the composure man. That was an excellent kick there to Durham, who has the try. And just on a dime, you don't see that too much at this age. You don't see that anywhere, kicks that good, really.
Oh, it was pinpoint stuff from Charlie Meredith that just sings to the... A wonderful bit of interplay between Riven and Zurab.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talk about just tough, strong plays. The forwards were doing the work and then dropping them under. And then he shows his hand again, this time with a little sleight of hand to put Taro through. And we thought we might have called it too early in the commentary box. He nearly got held up there, but geez, that's strong work. And he had a bit to show about it afterwards.
He certainly did, but when you're scoring a hat-trick in the grand final, there's not much else you can do. You're playing with confidence. The Tars certainly were. This little interplay, Riven to Hannon to Wright, that's as smooth as you like. It's training paddock stuff.
Oh, and we spoke about when your wingers are scoring tries as easy as that, the people on the inside are doing some great work. And Zerub has been good. Taro took all the attention off them after his 3 tries prior, as you'd expect. And Hannum as well, throwing that last pass.
So there's the tail of the tape. It's Taro, Wright and Zerub have been the try scorers. Riven 2 from 5, uncharacteristic from the man who usually kicks at 80, Bradford and Durham. Meredith is 2 from 3 off the tee, and the margin 29 points to 15. So just 35 minutes remain in Super Rugby Men's Under-16s action. It's the undefeated Waratahs going for a 4th straight crown over the Queensland Reds. We'll be back very shortly with the second half. Alrighty, welcome back to the action here on Rugby.com.au's YouTube channel and the Stan Sport platform. It is the Super Rugby Men's Under-16s decider. The Waratahs 29 leading the Reds 15, and it's been a hell of a battle so far, and to be expected because the last time these teams met in round 3, New South Wales 54 defeated the Reds 45, but on that occasion it was the Tars all one-way traffic early. They led 40 points to nil before that fight back.
Yeah, well, a 38-point second half from Queensland in round 3. I wouldn't say they're at panic stations yet and need anything like that, but New South Wales, as we've seen off the first kickoff, can score quick and can score fast. They've already got a hat-trick from outside centre Taro, and Queensland will want to make this second half really count. And
the second half is underway here at Knox Grammar. It's a good hit early from Faleafa to bring that one down, but the Tars want to run out of their own 22. Cordell Arama, as he has done so all game, carrying strongly into the teeth of the Reds' defence, and skipping out of that first tackle there is Williams. He's eventually dragged down, and there's a real bit of urgency in this game now. The stakes have never been higher. As the Tars take to the skies, Meredith dragged down on a good tackle there from Chapman, who's looking to get involved in this game, the competition's top try scorer, but it's the Reds this time who recycle. And Tonelli Smith goes into the role of playmaker, and Faliafa is the man who gets them some front foot ball. Cook now goes digging, finds Tonelli Smith, and that right boot has been dangerous so far, looking to turn the Tars around, but at the back there is Riven. Safe pair of hands. He decides to use his foot this time. Tonelli Smith, the man cleaning up. Says no more kicking, let's have a run. Durheim might have liked a kick option though, as the Tars drag him towards the sideline. He's done very well to stay in there though, as the Reds look to recycle. Bradford cops it up, but you got to play the whistle, and the Tars certainly will. Not Archie Hill's best role at half-back, but it's a promising start from both sides here in the second half.
Yeah, that's a good first minute after half-time. You could see after the Oranges, people trying to get themselves back into the game. We saw Chapman trying to get involved. We saw Tonelli Smith trying to get the ball to Durham. He's done well to stay in. The big man Denver Bradford, that's his second spill of the day. He won't be happy with that, but the forwards now get to make up for it back at scrum time, which has been an interesting battle in the first half so far.
Has been, and don't be too surprised to see some changes rolling in early. We've seen rolling subs throughout the 16 so far, and big opportunities for some of these big engines. It has been a great battle. Kite against Talakai has been wonderful so far as the Tars attack early. Riven finds Zerub, who goes straight through a half gap, eventually dragged down there by Cook, who's copped a bit of claret, but they'll play off the back. Riven throws the speculator out wide, and Hannon's done beautifully there, and Chapman now with a chance. Can the money man find the try line? No, he can't, but Hannon can. That is sparkling champagne rugby from the Waratahs after half-time.
Well, there is something so good about seeing Charlie Zerub get put down on an unders line. He knows how to break through that line. He creates momentum. He's a big man, and he's got some fast feet. The quick recycle, though, is where it really comes. Getting that ball, and then good decisions there. The little offload, the little show and go, and then getting it to the man, the speed man, Asher Chapman. He wants to get himself on the try line, on the try scorer sheet, but he's making good decisions on getting the ball to his inside and outside man. What a finish.
Oh, that's great support play too from Hannon as well. He's played plenty of fly half as well. We saw him line up there last week against the Victorians and do exceptionally well. But you know when your playmakers are touching it twice, you're doing something right. So great interplay there from Chapman to feed Hannon on the inside. And immediately after halftime, the Waratahs extend their lead.
And this New South Wales backline, as we watch the kick coming through now, are just lethal off scrum starters, aren't they? You can't afford to knock the ball on if you're Queensland, because New South Wales are just making it look too easy. One on first phase, one on second phase now.
Take a look at that replay. Zerub, the front foot ball, as you mentioned, but they are so potent from set piece wrongers. Over the 50 tries they scored in their first 4 games, 17 came off the line out, 15 off the scrum, and they all came within 3 phases.
Exactly. You don't often see that. First 3 phases on scrum, it means you are causing some serious mishap in defence.
As the Reds get us back underway, and Hannon, the try scorer from before, puts it on the left and says we'll try and settle things down, but it's kept in. And a new man on the paddock for the Reds decides to spark a bit of counter-attack. Tonelli Smith says no thanks. He's going for the 50-22 though. And has he landed that one? Oh, it's perfect. Surely Tonelli Smith. That is a wonderful kick.
And he's been searching for that one all day. Made some really good decisions on when to kick. He's that big right foot. Caught everyone off guard. No one in that back left side for the Tars. They thought it might have been out in the full. But wow, that's a good kick.
You could see Wilson Riven there was willing it to go out on the full, but it's just dropped in. Magnificent stuff there as we see a few new faces on for the Reds. So Harry O'Hare and Nate Kerrin-Bird into the attack. Now so is Matty Gill in jersey 21. So plenty of fresh faces in this Reds pack as they march forward. And Matty Gill, who's got a great nose for the try line, scored 2 against the Tars last time, and he's already got them towards the 5-metre line. Look at them rumble forward now. Queensland looking to strike back after that early Hannon try in this second half. They go on the pick and drive, and they're making good meters here in tight. Have the advantage as well, so looks like they're held up over the line there, but good strong play from that line-out platform.
they're getting good results from going to their maul, Queensland. You can see every time that they do, either that ripper gets thrown through the middle and gets some really good momentum, some go forward, or their maul march, and they're drawing the penalties every time.
Number 2.
And don't be surprised if they go back to that maul as well. Matty Gill has 5 tries this season coming off the pine, and bear in mind that the Reds are running a 6-2 split as well, so they will look to empty the tank. They will look to squeeze every bit of lactic out of these boys in the tough stage. It's a wonderful environment to see the next generation of Australian under-16s in action.
Yeah, some smart substitutions will be important. New South Wales backline has been running rampant so far today. It's up to Queensland forwards to try and wrestle some of that back and take the game to them.
Bit of change as well for the Waratahs. Talmaj Lamusu coming on for Archie Hill as the Reds nail their line out. And look at Matty Gill go. He's just got on the field and he bags another try. Oh, you can't keep Matty Gill out of the game. State High celebrates as the flanker goes over for Queensland.
Oh, well, you mentioned it, Lockie. A lot of tries off the pine. He's ecstatic with that one, and that's just some smart line-out play. We've seen them all work really well, condenses that defence a bit, and the ball got a little bit caught up there, but Matty Gill did enough. You can see a good lift, a bit of a hold there as well to commit those outside defenders. The pass to Gaffney probably would have been on too, but he had enough to finish that off.
It's no mean feat to wrangle out of the tackle of Cordell Arama, but Matty Gill, fresh legs, slams it down. And the game's just got a bit more of a pulse again. The Waratahs threatening to pull away with some big scores just before and after half-time, and that is a much-needed try for Queensland.
It is, and I did some work with Churchy's 16As this year, and we versed State High, and Matty Gill was impressive, I'll tell you. He was one of those players that just looked on the field. He's a footballer, he's athletic. Again, we talk about the size of some of these kids at this age. He's one to watch for sure.
Maybe had a couple of handy players in that Churchy team back in, 2014?
we did. And you can start to see at this age group some of the guys who are going to go through. So, again, it's a really great pathway, this 16s comp, and what a game we're having in the grand final.
Sensational. 36 plays, 20. The conversion unsuccessful from Tenelli Smith, and so is the clean-up. These errors from the restart continue, and it's bobbled out the way of the Waratahs. It looked like it might have been a knock on both ways, but play is called off the Reds going forward. So the Tars will attack, and Riven wants to link up with Hannon, who scored just before. The Waratahs looking for a hammer blow here. They bash inside the 22. Fresh legs from Lamusu in the pink scrum cap. Get some go forward, and now a chance out wide. And Williams, he wants to play off the toe. He couldn't finish, could he? Oh, he got close there. Danger stations to Queensland, and the Tars starting to twist the knife.
I thought he was going to call that back to ref for a knock on, but wanted to see the excitement continue, calling it a little kick off the toe. And geez, the finish is only just missed, about half a metre in it. I don't think I'd pay that if he did put the grounding down. But he's made an effort, acrobatic, only half a metre in it.
He's doing a good job in the middle as Hamish Quigley, leading this under-16s grand final here at Knox Grammar. And off the back fence from the goal line dropout go the Waratahs. On that like a limpet though is Noah Gaffney. That's a huge turnover for Queensland.
Now, we haven't seen many of the breakdown turnovers just yet this game, but that's a great position from Gaffney. A strong run there from Cooper Williams, but sometimes when you just get that bit of separation from your cleaners, that's when guys like Gaffney will get on that ball, and that's a really important one for Queensland.
He was on that like lightning, wasn't he? The boy out of Brisbane Grammar. 2 tries against the Tars, I mentioned last time around, and he's been doing such a good job at set piece as well, hitting his targets. The maul's been solid. It's been a good day out for the Queensland hooker.
Yeah, he has, but James Smith as well is one to note, the vice-captain for Queensland. A great little chop there, and he's been really impressive in the midfield for me today.
Well, the Pilfer's only as good as the tackle prior, and this line-out cleaned up. Just a little bobble forward from the Reds, though, so it'll be the Tars. After a good strong take there from Talakai. Little error there, but piling up. Is there a bit of detergent on the floor that we're not seeing, or something slippery out there?
It must be, and that would definitely have been the message from probably both coaches, but more so Queensland. It's just that ball security, treasuring it in the contact, and yeah, it's a tough one there when you roll over like that, but if Queensland can keep that ball in, especially with the danger we've seen from the New South Wales backline off scrum plays, that's their way back into the game.
So just taking a quick break here as some attention given to Queensland skipper Jeremiah Kite. It looks like some more changes as well will be made. Don't be surprised to see more. Looks like Riker Smith for Queensland is out there and has replaced Dylan Goodwin. So good Sunny Coast flavour now with Karen Bird and Smith in that pack. Also Charlie Meredith playing out of Sunshine Coast Grammar. Plenty of representation outside of Brisbane as well. There's a good Toowoomba flavour too.
Let's go, gents.
And a couple of boys out of the Gold Coast. So good representation across southeast Queensland in this red side.
Yeah, and it's great to see those pathways expanding to get kids like that in. Used to be just so Brisbane-centric, and especially probably back in my day as well, but now you're seeing those Sunny Coast guys, those Darling Downs areas, trying to expand that to obviously central Queensland, North Queensland as well, where there's some real talent.
Plenty of talent out of Queensland, New South Wales country as well on display, but we're focused here at Knox Grammar as Zereb takes another strong carry as he has all afternoon from that set piece. He's just marching forward. This one bobbles forward though. Chapman's the man to dive on, but you just cannot take your eyes off Charlie Zereb.
Yeah, he's strong in contact. He gets back up, he finds a way to do it. So just watch this run, just strong hips, puts the ball down a little bit there, but just pumping his legs, and yeah, maybe not the decision to offload, but he gets you going forward, and that's what you want from the inside centres.
Another change here for Queensland. It looks like Noah Gaffney's come off, which brings Xavier Hill onto the paddock. Boy out of nudge. He scored a try against the Tars last time around as well. So big challenge here at set piece, which has been a good ding-dong battle, especially at scrum time. See a couple of friends and family piling and offering their support from the sideline. An important scrum here for the Reds to get out of their own red zone, just on the edge of their 22. They trail by 16. 20 minutes left to go in this game. You've got to start throwing some punches. As Cook goes to Nelly Smith, the cut ball to Chanula, who breaks out of the first tackle. So strong in that tackle, and they'll earn advantage after a high shot from Cooper Williams. Off the back fence goes right to Smith. What a way to announce himself into this grand final. Just keep an ear out for referee quickly here.
Every time we're on defence, we're giving away penalties. We're now final warning. Next one's going. Yeah, have a chat. We'll wait.
Good clear comms. Doesn't get much more simple than that.
Yeah, very clear message, and that's where Queensland really found their way in the first half, is extracting that poor discipline from New South Wales.
Yes.
Obviously, the attack of the Tars has been excellent, and their defence has been good too, but if they keep giving away penalties, they'll end up with someone in the bin.
You can see a couple more changes too. Chili Nelly Smith has slipped into that fly half role. Looks like Seth Chapman has gone to fullback. Young man out of Toowoomba Grammar School. So plenty of changes for this red side early, and a big challenge here at set piece. You can see Bradford out there. He's not going anywhere. He's been the linchpin of this line in this Reds pack, and they play the short maul again, which paid dividends the first time around, and they're a little bit of obstruction there, and that one's costly.
Yeah, that's unlucky there. Love to hear the interpretation there from ref Quigley. Often don't get those calls that late. It's probably more of an initial one when you get that obstruction at the line out. The Queensland using that no jump little maul at the front quite a lot. As we watch here. Probably struggling to see what that one's for, but the refs obviously picked something up there.
Chance now in front of the Knox Grammar scoreboard. 36 plays 20 ins. The Waratahs attacking around the halfway line. Rama wrestles away, but he's well held there by Xavier Hill, who grabs onto the bootlaces and doesn't let go. Off the back fence now comes Peniata, looking to make his presence felt. It's the big man out of Maitland. Rama plays short. The ball is bobbled forward again from Hall, who hacks it forward. Just quite hasn't got into a groove this second half, has it?
No, definitely not as free-flowing as the first. A lot of effort coming through. The forwards trying to do a little interplay here, as we can see. A few little offloads being thrown. Again, we've just got to go back to treasuring the ball from both sides, and then when you hold on to a few phrases, get yourself going forward, that's when those passes tend to stick.
It's a good tackle too there from Harry O'Hare, who's come onto the field in jersey 18 from the Reds to help spill that ball free. But he's got a huge challenge. He's a tall, tight head, but not the same frame, so he's got a massive task to contain the Sarah Peniata on that far side.
Bind! Set! Hold the push! Ball's out.
As we say that, just the push from New South Wales comes on.
It's powerful, but the Reds still in possession, and they're playing off the back. Durheim wants to skip away, but he's well handled there in the tackle of Zurab, who does not miss. Tanelli Smith plays short. Musu, got to be careful with lifting the leg there. But the pressure and the physicality, both sides of the ball from the Tars continues. This one's been charged out from Tanelli Smith. Genker has been so busy, and he scrambles and gets Chanula out. That's a huge effort play from Will Genker.
He has had such a game defensively. We saw it the first hit of the game, spilling the ball, causing a try. He's done it a couple other times. This time with the charge down, and then just the effort play. He keeps going. He's sprinting and doesn't give up. Pulls him into the sideline. He's got his tight head to help him. But he's had an excellent game defensively so far.
Just get the sense that the Waratahs starting to smell a bit of blood in the water. They hold that 16-point buffer with that 15 minutes remaining. And they hold all the cards at the moment, but a bit of attention being given on the far side.
You can hear the groans coming. He's in some serious pain. Ball to him a little bit, free up the men on the outside. That's their way to get the attack going forward again and get some pressure against this New South Wales defence, which, as we've seen, led by men like Genka, is just standing strong.
Well, it's good to see Talakai up and moving after that little incident on the far side. So he will leave the paddock this time, brings a replacement there. Looks like Thomas Chan will come onto the field as well for the Waratahs. It's here, looking to empty the tank, and the Reds are going to have to do something special to contain the Waratahs, who lead by 16. This one's been bobbled at the back from the Reds, though. And those are little opportunities. Might just cost them at the end. There's no want for effort, but handling continues to be that Achilles heel.
Yeah, opportunities is exactly the word. You're not expected to take those ones really, but those can be the difference makers as a hooker. You've just got to be on the watch for the overthrows, and it can be such a turning point when you get a bit of momentum like that, a bit of an overthrow and a free train at an unorganised defensive system.
Just to give a bit of scale to the dominance of the Waratahs at this level for those listening at home. They picked up a huge 40-10 win over the Reds, and they've continued that so far as we return to live play. Hannon running off the back, and he gets a ball at the back to Asher Chapman, and Asher Chapman might just have wrapped up 4 straight for the Waratahs. Like grease lightning, he scores his 11th of the season, and this is a huge mountain to climb for Queensland now.
And he's had to be patient so far this game. Not too many with ball in hand and not too many with free space. He's done a couple good little offloads to his inside and outside players. Again, we talk about the scrum plays and the starters from New South Wales. Just the offload there from Hannum is so good. Just drawing that outside man in, and then we get to see him really open up. And that's why he's the top try scorer in this league so far.
Oh, he has got wheels for sure, and just that offload, as you mentioned, being able to drag in Chapman and give acres of space for Asher to run away with it. It was just, well, it was open pasture really, and they're in a commanding position now as Riven looks to extend it from 41 to 43. He hasn't quite been on the money today by his lofty standards, but the skipper's been excellent around the park, and he makes sure of this one. High and hanging through the sticks. The buffer is now 23, and the Waratahs are storming towards 4 straight titles. It has been a pretty dominant second half so far.
Oh, it has, and nothing too flashy. That's what's been impressive. They're just doing the simple things, strong defence, turning that into attack, and probably just less mistakes in Queensland has been the major difference in the second half.
It certainly has. We return to live pictures here. The Reds need something big off the restart, and they might have got there through James Smith, who manages to regather after great work from Nate Kerrin-Bird. Here's Xavier Hill. You just feel the intensity's gone up a notch. Queensland know they need to strike first and strike quickly if they're to keep this contest alive. Onto the field too is Harry Dowling into the role of halfback. Giving a break to the impressive Tristan Cook. There's now the hands from the Reds are sublime down the short side. Chanula puts it on the toe. He might have liked to hang on to it. And Hannon's going to look to run out of his own half and quickly wait here.
Toby, you're going to pin out there? Okay, we'll come back for the first one.
As we come back for a penalty. So good scramble there from the Reds.
Too many.
And there you have it. Well, we heard the warning before from referee Quigley. Too many penalties when you're under the pump defensively. And now a big opportunity for the Reds to strike with a man advantage and time ticking away.
Oh, and we spoke about the new man, Harry Dowling. That is exactly how you draw a penalty out. The new man, Thomas Chan, just caught on the wrong side of the ruck, and Dowling doing everything he can to make the ref know that he is in the wrong place at the wrong time and in the way of the halfback. That is exactly how you extract a penalty, and then the yellow card from repeated offences too.
Unlucky for Thomas Chan. He's only just got on the paddock, but Harry Dowling's done some excellent halfback craft here, and now the forwards will work on their craft. It's a maul and it's moving forward. In fact, it's moving forward very quickly. Can they strike back straight away? You bet they can. Queensland are back in it. It's a try, slam down. It looks like the man who scored that one is Xavier Hill. He did it last time around in round 3, and he's got a classic maul hookers try.
Oh, he has, and that's been the real highlight of this Queensland pack so far this game is the maul work. They've done a few nifty little variations, a few non-jumps in the front.
Correct.
And as we see there, the drawdown from Harry Dowling leads to this effort and this option. Just the work done up front. How low are they at the front? The lifters there getting a great job, getting underneath New South Wales. And then it's just a numbers game. Queensland men joining from all sides. And Xavier Hill getting a really nice pushover try there. And that's where Queensland has to stay. That maul has been the forefront of their attacking points today.
Well, it worked so well for them against the Waratahs back in round 3 too, Wrongers. They had 4 more tries against the Tars on that day, and it's a recipe that's working for them as Tanelli Smith nails an important... Might have been dead, but there's a bit of a pulse now.
Yeah, it's coming back. This is a great fight back, and we spoke about the 38-point second half from Queensland around 3. Don't know if we'll see that quite yet with New South Wales keeping pretty much the foot on the throat. But you love to see a bit of intensity shown by Queensland.
So, state of play with about 10 remaining. It is 43. The Waratahs lead the Reds 27. And again, the restart's coughed up. This one's in an offside position too. He's got to be careful here, Chanula.
I feel it was level. I'm happy with the scrum. Thank you, though.
There we go. A bit of choice advice from the Tars there.
Yeah, boys.
Backing it up. But it's, again, errors from the restart continuing to cost these two sides.
Yeah, it is. And some really good kicks there from New South Wales. Just putting the ball up in the air, making it a contest every time.
We're just matching numbers in the scrum.
And when you aren't going to get a pot up, it just makes it a real 50-50 chance, and that's all you want. You want to go at it. And here we go again. New South Wales with the scrum starter in Queensland's half. Watch out for Asher Chapman on the right. That's what I say.
Absolutely. You've got a big line there too. So looks like they're split. You can see Riven hanging at the back of that scrum. Looking to explore, as we mentioned a little earlier before. We were so rudely interrupted by Asher Chapman's try. 2023, the Tars rolled out 22-8 victors, and last year was a thriller, 31-29 the Tars. So the margin's been getting closer every time, but they are in control in the fourth straight decider. This one's a tight head though. It's popped out the way of Queensland. What a huge scrum win that is. Undersized Queensland pack, and it looks like they're hunting for a 50-22. It's well cleaned up at the back from Hannon, though, who's got fancy feet, and he breaks the first. Linking back inside to Zereb. Gill wants to get him over the sideline, but Zereb does a very good job there to stay in, and the ball is back in Sky Blue hands. Taking it forward now is Richards. The Newport club man in 19's fresh on the field. And we see for the first time, I think all game, the Caterpillar and the Boxy. Well, it does exist at this level. Questioned high there by Holmes, and the chase is magnificent there. Well done there from the Tars to regather that ball. It's messy at the back, but they'll play with a bit of advantage now as Lamusu charges forward. So strong in contact, Talmaz Lamusu. The swing out the back is well handled by Riven. And now there's some space out wide if they can use it. Reds desperately scrambling to try and shut this down. Taro. Well, he knows his way to the try line. He wants to unlock Chapman, and Chapman says, we'll have a crack at this. Puts it on the toe acrobatically. Tanelli Smith, it's cleaned up. Taro might have just put a bow on this one. No, says referee Quigley. Well, it looked dangerous there, Wrongers.
He was trying to convince everyone, I think, that he got his hand on that one. But again, New South Wales just really on the attack. Queensland are the ones who are now going to be wary of their discipline.
Holy.
Just great linkage between the forwards and the backs. You can see them getting involved. Riven getting a really nice trigger pass out the back from the big man Genko, who's been incredible today. They are looking to put the icing on the cake now.
Well, that's right. They lead by 16. They have a handy, healthy advantage here on home soil, and you can see they're going to try and start to enjoy themselves. If that one came off, that's some Globetrotter rugby. That's some bar stuff. He got close.
Oh, he certainly did. He would have loved a fourth. 3 in the first half. Quiet on the score sheet by his standards in this next 35 minutes.
Yeah, good.
And the Tars, well, they're going to look to go the old-fashioned way, straight up the guts, and Lamusu at the back of this ball is looking dangerous indeed. This might be the grand final winning play. And the Waratahs hit a hammer blow through Cordella Rama. Well, that is decisive, and it might be defining as well.
Yeah, I think it will be, unfortunately. I think that'll be the blow that makes the game go New South Wales Waratahs' way, but that's a good fight back, really. After the more tries that they've conceded on the other end, to get one back is a real lifting spirit for that forward pack. And it just shows probably the dominance that they've had all game. A little bit of momentum swings, but that is a really complete game from the New South Wales 16s.
I'll tell you what, size matters too. The size of the starters. For the Waratahs, but I mean, impact, they don't come much more impactful than Cordella Rama. He continues his excellent season with a well-deserved try, and Riven now with a chance to lift the bat. And the Waratahs do. That is 50 in the grand final. They lead 50 points to 27. We've got about 6 minutes remaining, and the Waratahs dynasty looks set to continue.
Yeah, it does. This will be another one for them, and just a credit to little celebration in the back there from Holmes and Riven, the 9 and 10, jumping up in celebration behind the maul.
Well, they know what it means, and New South Wales, look, they're in the box seat for a domestic sweep, but spinning out of this one is Nate Kerrin-Bird, looking for a consolation try late in the piece here, and penalty goes the way of the Reds. Don't be surprised to see them go back to the line out, but New South Wales, you've got to consider they've taken out Super Rugby Australia, Super Rugby Women's, and the 19s this year. That's a serious quartet.
Yeah, they had the 16s to the bow as well. We just see a killer mistake there. Ball getting kicked dead.
Yes.
Just hasn't really fallen Queensland's way. They fought themselves back so well after a 12-0 fast start from New South Wales, and then just haven't been able to keep the foot on the throat.
Bad luck.
Oh, that's a coach killer, that one. Tough to see late in the piece, even with the game probably out of reach, as Chapman wants a counter-attack. He's got great feet, Seth Chapman, looking to spark something late for his side. There's the scrum cap fullback. Off the back bench goes Mitch Wallace. He's a versatile big boy, plays hooker as well. Out of St Patrick's College's Nelly Smith plays at the back to James Smith, and James draws and passes, and here's Will Robinson. But this time, he's handled into touch by Asher Chapman. Oh, we saw Will Robinson score an absolute beauty last week against the Brumbies. He beat 4 down that left wing, but Ash Chapman's up to task this time.
Yeah, he is. That's great defence. We've seen him a lot on attack. Robinson just couldn't get that right arm up to stiff arm him off. And winger on winger, that is some good work happening on this edge.
Textbook stuff there on the edge from Asher Chapman, who continued to impress. He scored his 11th try a little earlier. He is the competition's leading try scorer. As the ball is played off the back by Genku, who's had a huge shift in the number 4 jumper for New South Wales. He's probably a good pick to be one of the best on ground after a very competitive field, as Riven takes to the skies again. Going to sit around halfway, and Nelly Smith's the man underneath it. They certainly won't die wondering, all these under-16 Queenslanders. Here's Chinula, who sizes up what's in front of him, and what's in front of him is Charlie Zerub again. He's the shadow he cannot shake. As Harry Dowling goes digging. Juggling this one is O'Hare, who's chopped and taken down. And the defence is unrelenting from New South Wales. So Nelly Smith puts it on the toe. He's looking for another 50-22. He might have just overcooked this one. And oh, in fact, it's pinned perfect. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's got the magic touch, Chili to Nelly Smith. That's a marvellous kick.
He's just pulled the string on that. That was going nowhere near the sideline. Then it's bounced straight left.
Wilson. Another penalty too.
Oh, it's a nightmare bounce of Finn Hannon. Nothing he could do there. It rolls away from him. It's a gadding ball. Rips hard left. Nothing he could do. And now a chance with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. A wonky one, but no contest. And the maul again is the go-to. So, what can the Reds produce here? Looking for a bit of consolation and breaking off the back. Goes Xavier Hill. He scored one earlier, but this time he's short. It comes off the back. Looking for a blade of grass. Have they got there? Not this time. Unrelenting, this Waratahs defence.
Yeah, much better Maul defence there. They probably needed to break straight away. I think Dowling saw the opportunity, but they couldn't communicate that until it was far too late. As we see that the short side here, the option is there. Dowling spots it now, needed to go, but the Maul defence was really good. And then how about that scramble? Waratahs just not looking to give up and getting underneath the ball, and they'll send them back 30 metres for their troubles.
It's great defence at the back of that Maul from Isaac Holmes as well. The little halfback who saw that read and managed to scramble and get an arm underneath it. And that's a hell of a goal line dropout too. Rolling up past the 10-metre line. We might see a couple of late changes here in the last few minutes as the Waratahs look to get their boys out and ready to celebrate what will be a 4th straight under-16s title. I think it's just the quality across the park and the effort areas is where the Waratahs have really stepped up in this second half.
Yeah, some really good decisions as well. Choosing the right times to kick, choosing when to play the pressure on, and just big hits. Energy.
Energy too, coming in the form of Riker Smith, who wrestles out of the first tackle, and he says, Arama, come for a ride with me. Down into the 22-guy Queensland, looking to finish with a flourish. Here's Xavier Hill again. He'd love another crack at the try line after being held up just before. Harry Dowling goes digging. You see a couple of feet flipping around in the background there. This one's played quickly and it's played out to the right, so James Smith wants to play short to Janula. This one's still good though. They're on the money down this short side, and Durheim has been well handled most of the afternoon. He'd love a bit of clear air. Dowling finds Wallace off the back fence. He's got plenty of ticker.
16.
And they continue to play forward. Here's Harry O'Hare. Manhandled this time by Arama. Going digging this time. Looking for a runner, but he says, no, I'll go myself, thanks, Riker Smith. Eventually muscled backwards. Here we go again. Bradford has been tireless, perpetual motion in the engine room for Queensland. As Hill goes digging again, they will not die without a fight. And they decide to pull the trigger. Tenelli Smith puts it on a platform. In fact, a platter for Chapman, who's got such wonderful feet. Skips forward towards the try line. Can the Reds finish with a flurry here? It looks like they've got there. That's a good finish there. It looked like Harry Dowling was the man to slam it down. Coming off the pine. So we've heard a double blow here. We're just going to check this one. In fact, it will be a card. And it looks like Charlie Zareb who's going to finish this one in the bin.
Let me talk. 16 rolled into the tackle picture 3 times there. He's very lucky he's not sitting down as well. Discipline's got to improve on defence.
And Charlie Zareb, the man who's going to the bin, probably close to the man of the match for me. He's been excellent. He gets an early rest as we hear that, again, the discipline of the Tars Lamusu getting scolded there by the referee, but not the one to have to sit down. How about the feet by Seth Chapman? Thought he was going to go all the way, and then Dowling just takes advantage of that, puts it down, dots it on. It's not going to be enough. It's a bit too late. Queensland starting to find some form.
Yeah, like you said, Ron, it's too little, too late, but it was great scramble. I think Harry Dowling's injected a lot off the pine in that halfback role in jersey 22. And great to see him, and like you mentioned, the feed from Seth Chapman. It looks like another little Power Ranger coming through. The headgear wingers are certainly a thing of 2019 forward. Colby Aronson mould, and he's got wonderful feet to get his side on the front foot. So we're in the referee's time now. Waratahs 50, Reds 34. Both sides looking to finish on top here at Knox Grammar in the under-16s decider. And again, it's Cordell Arama straight off the restart, and Taro hunting his 4th try out the back. Is Chapman going to put the cherry on top? Not this time, but it's been kept in the field of play. That is acrobatic stuff there from Asher Chapman. And it's the Waratahs who will look for the last laugh in this contest. Charging forward now is Lamusu.
That's legal.
Well, the pilfer was good there from Charlie Greaves. But the Tars now, again off the restart, again regathering possession and knocking on the door of just a little sprinkle on top of the cherry that they've already planted on this premiership cake.
And some of those names we've called all day. Cordell Arama getting involved right off the kickoff again. Peyton Taro getting that ball, getting that offload, and we thought Asher Chapman might finish in the corner, but keeps the ball alive, and they get another opportunity to maul now.
Sack's good.
And the sack is good, as you hear over the refs, Mike, as we look at what's probably the final few plays in this excellent decider here at Knox Grammar on your screens at Rugby.com.au, and there you have it. That's the final play. That is the try that seals it for New South Wales. And it's Hugo Lestrange slamming it down. Emphatic stuff there from New South Wales. They lead 55-34, and the big fella gets himself a meat pie.
Yeah, and we look at the initial one off the kickoff. Everyone getting involved. Some really strong players for New South Wales today, but it takes them to where they need to be. 5 metres out, the maul opportunity. Queensland does well with the sack, but then it just looked too easy from there. Lestrange just bashes his way over. And that is a good way to finish for New South Wales, probably not so much for Queensland. You want to see a bit stronger goal line defence there from them.
There was great comms again from Isaac Holmes. He's bringing Lestrange out, saying, no, we've got space in front. Reset. He says, I'll have 5 points, thanks very much. So Riven has really found his radar in this second half, and still some time to go here. A bit of injury time perhaps from the earlier sit down to Kayasi Talakai, who left the field earlier, so a bit of a break there. Probably gives us a minute or two's left play. Who's really stood out for you in this contest, Ron? Because there's been some huge plays from both sides.
Yep. There has. I think from the Charles Wilk-Anker in the engine room there has been excellent. Cordell Arama as well in that back row. But that back line from New South Wales has just been electric. I think they've been led really well by Riven, the captain, and Charlie Zerab has been impressive, and that just unleashes all the skill you've got outside.
It's been class across the park from New South Wales. Genko definitely a shot. He's been so busy matching up. It's been a wonderful battle between him and Bradford as well. One for the purists there in the engine room, as we see the Reds look to just peg one back late in the piece here. Janelle Smith finds his kicking boots, and from Queensland as well. A couple of players putting their hands up. We've seen heaps out of that engine room in Bradford. Kite was busy. Dowling's injected a lock since he came on. Who else has stepped up from Queensland for you?
Oh, I think Meredith and Smith in the back line were really good. It's probably a shame to see Charlie Meredith go off. They might have just lost a little bit of their attacking flow without him on there. So we see the big man Genka get the steal again. And James Smith, a really underrated, understated sort of midfielder who just does the work. He's still chasing there right at the end, putting the pressure on.
And right till the end it is. That is full time in the Super Rugby Men's Under-16s decider. It's New South Wales in the end running away with it, 57 points to 34. Smiles all round. The Sky Blue defend their Under-16s crown. It is 4 in a row, and there's something in the water down in Sydney, August.
Oh, there sure is. There's something brewing there. The pathways are all pointing the right way. Some great players coming through, and a deserved win for them. Queensland fought hard, but no match for the Waratahs today.
Massive second half as well. It was that fast start, going up 12-0 inside the opening 3 minutes, and being able to wrestle back control after halftime. So important for the Waratahs. Their stars shining. Asher Chapman out the back. Finn Hannon was excellent from fullback as well. And that man on screen, Wilson Riven, the captain, putting in an excellent shift for him side from the cutter. Yeah,
and he'll enjoy lifting up that trophy. Well deserved. When you go through the whole way with a clean sweep, it's just excellent to see. And as you say, they're going to enjoy that one. A few celebrations, and well deserved for New South Wales.
It has been a wonderful game. We're going to take a look at some of these second half highlights in just a moment. It all started from the set piece again. It was this huge charge from Charlie Zerab, and you can just see the way the Waratahs linked up outright. They reset, and Finn Hannon here with the magic hands.
Well, they all have a real knack in that back line of just skipping to the outside, drawing that next defender in, and then being able to free the arm and get that to the man outside. Chapman's been released, Hannum's been released.
It was a wonderful way to get started, wasn't it? And then the Reds looking to fight back from the maul that was so effective for them. It was Matty Gill fresh on the field. Loved sniffing out a try against the Tars, and he got over straight away.
Oh, and he was happy about it too, and that was really their way in for Queensland. But then again, the scrum plays, the backs, Hannum freeing that arm up, that right-hand offload, and Chapman finally gets the space he's been longing for. And they were never going to catch him there.
it was excellent stuff, and as we see them all again, Matty Gill getting involved for Queensland. He was so busy off the bench in that 6-2 split. They got a lot out of that. Just not enough at the end, but continuing to fight their way forward, and what a weapon this has been for Queensland this season.
Yeah, it's been good. We would have loved to see a little bit more, probably towards that end when that kick didn't go out. They didn't get the opportunities they needed, but then New South Wales showing if you can do it, I can do it too. Their forwards really getting involved there, and Cordell Arama is the one who gets to slam it down on the end of some really good forward pack work.
What a massive unit Arama is. They didn't die wondering though, Queensland. They wanted to play with a late Seth Chapman with the fancy feet to set up an opportunity from the quick recycle. It was, by this stage the game was already over, but it showed that the Reds did not die wondering.
No, they didn't. And Harry Dowling, the impact he did have, we spoke about getting himself involved. And then on his other side there, Isaac Holmes just guiding his forwards around where he wants to. And then Hugo Lestrange, probably don't get much easier for a big front rower 3 metres out. You smash through, slams it down, and they're all pretty pleased.
Oh, they were stoked with that one, weren't they? We could see those last few tries for the Waratahs celebrated in earnest. It was a wonderful performance from them. We see why they are the undefeated premiers this year, and they're on the scorecard, 9 tries in a final. Just tells you that story. Taro with the first half hat-trick, Wright, Zerub, Arama, Chapman, Hannon, and Lestrange all finding the chalk. Ruthven found his kicking boots too, 6 from 9 at the end of the day. Bradford, Durheim, Hill, Gill, and Dowling all finding the chalk for Queensland as well. Tanelli Smith was excellent off the tee. Meredith with a conversion and a penalty, and full-time 57, Blaze 34. It has been a pleasure to have your company here. We will have presentations very shortly, but another classic Queensland New South Wales encounter, Rongers.
Oh, so good to watch. You can see the rivalry, you can see the passion coming through, and it's nice to see some of these guys starting what's going to be the beginning of a very nice long career in Australian rugby.
Well, it's been a pleasure to be able to bring you the Super Rugby Under-16s on Rugby.com.au and on the Stan Sport platform. Fantastic, not only to see the games portrayed across your screens at home, it's been wonderful, but also just an opportunity for these players to develop in a wonderful performance and pathway environment. It's something that we didn't have a few years ago.
No, absolutely not. The exposure on this age and this level of the game is only good for everyone, and when you've got 9 tries to 6 in a grand final, that's fun to watch. It was fun to call with you today, Lockie, and it's just really good to see at this age.
And that brings a close to Australia's domestic competitions and games for 2025. It's been a pleasure to have your company here on platform. My name's been Lockie Gray, Liam right with me in the commentary box, and that is full-time. 57, the Waratahs have taken out the Super Rugby Men's Under-16s title over Queensland 34.
Another great game of rugby between the Reds and the Waratahs under-16s teams. And I'd just like you to show your appreciation for the boys' efforts today. So just a round of applause. Great game of footy, lads. My name's Nick Henderson. I'm the National Pathways Manager at Rugby Australia. I'd just like to acknowledge and say thank you to a few groups that have made the 2025 Super Rugby Men's Under-16 season such a success. Obviously the 5 participating clubs, the Reds, the Waratahs, the Force, the Brumbies and Victoria. Fantastic competition this year with plenty of talent. Our terrific broadcast partners, Stan Sport, and the production team on site every week from Double Take Sports. A special thank you to Knox Grammar and the New South Wales Waratahs for hosting this event and allowing us to play here today. Round of applause. Thank you. Obviously we can't play this wonderful game without our match officials. I'd like to acknowledge our team today for their efforts and for all the other match officials that have made such a success in 2025. I'd like to invite up Andrew quickly to receive medals on behalf of his team and say thank you on behalf of the team. We're so grateful for the time. I'd now like to call up Chris Whittaker, Australian Under-20s head coach, to announce his 2025 Under-16s Player of the Month.
Thanks, Endo. Congratulations to both teams. Fantastic game. It was quite a number of worthy recipients of the award for today's Player of the Month goes to Waratahs Under-16.
Thanks, Chris. I'd now like to invite the captain of the Waratahs Under-16 side, Wilson Run up to come forward, say a few words. Wilson will then announce the side 1 to 23 as represented with their 2025 Super Rugby Under-16 medal winners, their head coach, Matt Everett.
It's great for us young boys to get into this. I just want to say thank you to the refs. You're part of the game. Make the game flow the way it does. Queensland, thanks for a great game, boys. Stuck to the very end of the game. To us, you guys. To our boys, squad, coaching staff, thanks for everything done for us. I couldn't have done it without any of you guys. So thank you.
round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Just like to now call up Peter Horn, Rugby Australia's Director of High Performance, to come up and present 2025 Super Rugby Men's Under 16 trophy to us. Thank you, Pete. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate the Waratahs Under 16s team on the Super Rugby Men's 2025 winners. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the formalities today. Safe travels home. Look forward to seeing everyone again throughout next year, 2026. The under 18s academy matches, and obviously the 2026 Super 16. Thank you.